Hi, I'm just waiting. Here we go. Okay. I'm just typing the title in here. So I'll be starting here in just a minute. And okay, there we go. It looks like we're going here. Oh, there we go. Sometimes it's hard to find. Okay, welcome. Welcome to Wellness Wednesday. I'm excited to talk to you today because I do have a lot on my mind, and I just want to be candid with you. One thing I do is I put a drop of spearmint in the roof of my mouth so I can be authentic and speak my truth. And today we're going to talk about essential oils on the spine. And if you have ever wondered why we apply them on the spine, and just some of the basics of how much and how often and how many and which ones and for what, those are all the questions that I would like to address with you today. So if any of you have experienced a man that is ill, you know that it is very difficult. First of all, it takes a lot to get them down. So we have been working with a urinary tract infection and prostate infection, and been to the doctor and the emergency, and doing a lot of things at home. And one of the things that I have learned from this is how important it is to cleanse our bodies and to stay on top of that and to feed our bodies what they need. And when it's been about 9 days, and he's feeling better, went to work out today, and I'm so happy about that. Some of the things that are so important are our gut health and how that supports the rest of our system, because essentially that's where all of our nerves are. And I don't mean to get off, I just kind of want it all works together. Okay, so there's the spine, there's a couple techniques that I'm going to be talking about, and also we need to be able to trust the oils that we're using to be if we can put them on our skin, that's our largest organ, we should be able to also take them internally. So I do not use anything else besides the doTERRA essential oils because I trust the purity and the consistency, and I know that they are effective. And they can also be used internally, not every single one, but as I'll explain in these techniques, you need to be taking some internally on the days opposite that you're not doing a spinal technique. So someone asked me about the oils that I was using for UTIs, and it was a few drops of cassia and lemon in a capsule every 2 to 3 hours, and probably about 5 or 6 times, and then every day for a few days after until it clears up. I know that there are other formulas and other things to use, and by no means am I a doctor or do I diagnose or prescribe, but I simply like to turn to natural solutions to treat things. And even along with, I might be under a doctor's care, I might ask him, but there's things that you can use that will also help to eliminate infections. And we all know that bacterial infections are real boogers to work with. And one of the things that I personally like to do is, and I've learned this from another one of our amazing colleagues, Senior Fior, is take these veggie caps, and you can get them from doTERRA, and this is an oregano cleanse, and oregano is amazing because it gets the film around the bacteria and breaks it down too. So you just take this little capsule like this, and I maybe start out with 1 or 2 drops, maybe 2 drops in here, and then I try to work up to 3 or 4. And then I fill it with the coconut oil. And I actually left one overnight and it survived. I was kind of surprised. And you put it in there and then you shake it and make sure that you take it with food. So personally, I have a harder time taking them in the evening, but I'm good at taking them with food during the day, and I think that's great. But if possible, to do it twice a day. If you can build up to 4 drops with each capsule, that's great. I can handle about 2 or 3. And they are amazing for candida, for cleaning up your system. I mean, they are amazing. And oregano is a hot out essential oil. It's powerful. So just like eat something before you take it, and after. And then if you absolutely do not want to do that for a cleanse, I would suggest GX Assist. And this is really an amazing essential oil. It does have oregano leaf in it. It has tea tree, lemon peel, lemongrass, peppermint, and thyme, which are all real powerhouse antibiotics. So you do this for 10 days, and then you follow it with 5 days of our PB Assist or probiotic. So that's a good cleanse. So I'm explaining these oils that you would take in between a spinal application. So you might do a spinal application. The one that I use, there's 2 that I use. One is the Aroma Touch technique that is by doTERRA with 8 essential oils that brings the body back to homeostasis. It addresses stress and inflammation and the immune system, and then brings the body to homeostasis. And I love that. I'm certified in that, and I certify other people in that, and I love it. I also like the simplicity of the Symphony of Cells. And I've been to 2 of these trainings, one in Vancouver, Canada, and one in LA. And this little simple book that you can order online, Symphony of Cells, SOC, Boyd Truman goes around and does about a 6-hour training with it. And it's super simple, but one thing that I really like is if you don't have a particular oil, he gives you substitutes in the back. And this is an amazing book. It has, I'd say, 16 to 18 different protocols. But I'm going to get into that in just a second. I just wanted to explain a little bit more. So he suggests doing the application on the spine about every other day for about a month. Okay, so that takes a lot of dedication. But anytime you can get essential oils on the back, and if you don't have someone to put them on your back, you can actually use your heel. And I'm going to be on your foot, and I'm going to be talking about that in just a minute. But just to kind of, okay, and then on the days that you don't do the on your back, you should be taking at least 3 of the oils that you put on the spine internally. Okay, and so that's why I'm showing you all of this, because you could take GX Assist. It would have some of the oils in it. You could make your own capsule. One that is really good, this is a herbal form, and then there's also a soft gel. It's called Zendocrine, and this is for organ cleansing. It's amazing. And I use the essential oil, the Zendocrine, as a drink, and I have a special drink for that I could share with you. Another one that works on a cellular level that you could take in between putting essential oils on your spine is DDR Prime, that stands for Damaged DNA Repair. And it is a powerhouse too. It has frankincense, wild orange, Litsea, thyme, clove, summer savory, nioli, and lemongrass. Lemongrass is a real powerhouse. It's like electricity to the body. Okay, so there's that. Then there's also our turmeric capsules, which are anti-inflammatory. And they spent years getting this capsule right with an oil and curcumin in it, both. And you can also take the oil. Copaiba is another good one. Okay, and then I can't say enough about Terrazyme. This is an enzyme that you take after you eat that helps you to digest your food. It also helps to heal the lining of the gut from other prescriptions and drugs that you've taken. It is an amazing thing that you just have to make friends with. Stick them in a baggie, put them in your purse, and remember to take them after you eat. One or two after you eat is great. So these are a few of the products that I use that I just wanted to share with you briefly. Okay, now I'm going to get into the Symphony of Cells. So each of the protocols that are given. Oh no, wait. First I was going to tell you about why we use essential oils on the spine. Okay, so when you use and apply oils to the spine, you not only get the benefits of that oil, but you also stimulate hundreds of nerve endings at the same time. And that can support your wellness throughout your body. So if you're needing support in certain areas, I'm going to give you some suggestions of what oils to apply in which area and to get the best effect. One thing is that you always want to dilute the oil or apply at some time, and it's usually the second oil in the protocols that I'm sharing, to apply them topically. The fractionated coconut oil, that's a carrier oil. There's different ones. There's trauma oil. There's jojoba oil. Anyway, that, and if you didn't have one, just use olive oil, but it helps to minimize the skin sensitivity, and it also helps it to be absorbed into the skin. So, and you don't have to use all the oils that are listed, the ones that you have on hand, and like I said, there was a substitute list in the back. So a simple application of dropping certain oils, like dropping them about along the spine. You start at the by your hips, by the sacrum, and you just do. I mean, if a person was, didn't weigh very much, I would use less, but I'd use between 3 and 6 drops of the oil just along the spine. And this gives a tremendous boost to the immune system, and it releases toxins. It helps to kill viruses and bacteria that have accumulated along the spine. So I do have kind of a list of essential oils and where to use them. Typically, like I mentioned, the frankincense. So, okay, so here's what I do. I take this book and I look up on the left are all the different types of things that it would apply to and illnesses. So for example, with my husband, at the very top was bacterial infections. And then along here is Epstein-Barr or mono, and he's dealt with that after he had COVID a couple years ago. And immune support, infections. So it lists shingles. It has, sore throat, stomach flu, Lyme disorder. All those are listed here. And then it talks about the different body systems that it applies to: the immune, digestive, respiratory, cardiovascular, and endocrine. And then over here, it lists the oils. And there's little signs here that say the blue is the spine, the yellow is the feet. At the top, though, this is the shoulders. And then this is actually the nose. So you're supposed to inhale the frankincense. You put it on the back and let the person inhale. And you can also do this to your feet. So just consider that your head is your big toe. So you're going to go from your tailbone, which is your heel, that goes along on the inside of your foot. So you go from the heel up to the toe. and that would be applying it to your spine, but it's your foot, so another part of the body, and that's something that you can do to yourself. So I've given myself an aroma touch. I've used these different oils. The hardest part is finding the oils, taking the lids off, and the rest is a piece of cake. So typically what I do if I'm going to be doing a protocol is I will take all the oils and put them in a little basket so I have them there, and then I set them all out, take the lids off, and proceed. Okay, so the first one will be the frankincense, and that is on the shoulders. So you just put a few drops on the shoulders and rub that in and then inhale it. And then the second one is a carrier oil. So right away you're getting a carrier oil on to eliminate any skin sensitivity. And you just go along the spine, you put, I don't know, 4 or 5 drops. Sometimes if it's a little bit cool, you put it in your hand, warm it up, and then you can put it on the spine. So you always start from the hips and then go up to the occipital of the head. Okay. And then for this particular, this is called the infectious disease or ID protocol. And I'll share this one with you. So I use probably at least 4 or 5 drops of, number 1, frankincense. Number 2, the carrier oil. Number 3 is oregano. It's very, very antibacterial, antifungal. Then 4 is the thyme essential oil. And then 5 is the protective blend, and that is the On Guard. If you don't know what some of these names are, just Google doTERRA protective blend and it will tell you it is On Guard. And it has clove and cinnamon and all these high antioxidants in it. Then next is the massage blend, and that is Aroma Touch. And it's a blend that has cypress that stimulates blood flow. It has oils that will help the spine to be more receptive. Okay, then there is lemongrass, and lemongrass is a warm oil, and it is, like I said, electricity to the body. So it is amazing to help that everything that has been applied before that to be able to penetrate. And then 8th is tea tree, so you use 4 or 5 drops of that. And then step 9 is Melissa. If you don't have Melissa, right here it also says arbor vitae, which is very good. Okay, then lastly is the peppermint, and peppermint drives the other oils in. So if you're ever layering, peppermint is last. And then if you want to put heat on it, don't do more than 15 minutes, but you would put like a hot, not too hot, but a hot, wet face towel. And then I might put a piece of plastic in between that and a heating pad. And that also helps to drive the oils in. So if you have time to do all that, that is really the best way to do it. And you can do this on your feet also. And I do like to put I like to put an essential oil on my feet and then put like little sockies on so it remains on my feet and I don't get it all over. But those are the ones that I wanted to talk to you about. Now, to the other one of the Aroma Touch has a different modes and protocols of how to do it. You go down, you do different energy lines, and it's a little bit more involved with, but it's still really simple. I say a 9-year-old can learn how to do it on you. But, some people have different reactions. And if you're super, super sensitive like that, maybe you should just try two or 3 oils on your spine. I would definitely do frankincense. So there is a basic protocol here, and it's only, with 4 essential oils, and it has frankincense, tea tree, the massage blend, which would be Aroma Touch, and then peppermint. So there you go. You're starting with frankincense, you're ending with peppermint, and you've just got tea tree. and the aroma touch in between. And that's for digestive, immune, and respiratory, and everything is listed here. So even getting these 3 on your spine is amazing. And I have done it where my husband's bent over shaving, and I go, hold on, hang on just a minute, and I'll take and put a few drops up his spine. And, I might put a few oils on there. And, I go, tell me if at your meeting, if they tell you that you smell good. And the oils are really powerful. They get in our system within minutes, within seconds, and then every cell is affected and taken care of. So if you are interested in doing a wellness consult with me, in getting some of these oils that you could put on your feet or on your spine, I would be happy to do that. I also like to make sure that if you have a favorite oil that you're using all the time, that you compare it with one that doTERRA has. I know their lavender is pharmaceutical grade rated, and it is amazing. And I like to give away essential oils. I like to help people get started. And if that applies to you, I would be happy to help you find out what your needs are. And the best way that I can do that is one-on-one. And I do that through a wellness consult. And if just reply to me, comment, messaging is great because it's a little bit more private, and you can explain to me what your top 3 health goals are, and then we can go from there, help see what your budget is, help you get started. And that's what I really truly like to do, so that I know that you're personally helped and we're not just throwing everything at you, because there are specific oils. And also, if one doesn't work, then we can try something else. But I've been looking for my Align this morning. I just feel like I need that Align blend, and I had it right here, and now I'm really misaligned because I can't find it. But I'm going to order some more. It's a centering blend, and it's actually a yoga blend. It comes in a yoga pack with the 3 oils. But Align, it just kind of spoke to me the other day, and you can, just apply it to your chest or stomach or your middle chakra or back. But I think one of the reasons that I love this blend is because it has bergamot, coriander, marjoram, peppermint, geranium, basil, which I use a lot of, rose, and jasmine. And anyway, it is the centering blend, calls your soul back to center. And after the past 9 days, I need to be called back to center. It reaches gently into the heart space to shift heavy energies that are inhibiting progress and disrupting stillness and flow. Anyway, I'm learning while I'm working, and it says while working on the heart center, it calibrates an individual's inherent integrity and brings into awareness the costs of misalignment. It reminds us that self-awareness, even if temporarily unpleasant, is the gateway to further expansion and growth. This blend invites individuals to pause and practice self-acceptance. That's the bergamot part, during moments of self-reflection, which allows them to act from a more conscious and clear space. So there is so much on this. The oils have a physical aspect, they have an emotional aspect, and that's one that I really cling to. So I'm going to rattle off a few of these essential oils on the spine, and perhaps I'll post this, or if you'd like to do a wellness consult with me, I will send this to you directly. So On the cervical spine, which is the vertebrae right up here, C1 through C7, which is the head, brain, and sinuses, you use frankincense, peppermint, and DDR prime, the DDR prime that I talked about. It also comes in an oil, essential oil. But that's where you would use that back there, any of those, frankincense. Then okay, so there's 4 areas that are the thoracic spine, which is T1 to T12, and they are basically throat, thyroid, and neck muscles and shoulders. And you would use lemongrass, past tense, yarrow palm, and cypress. Okay, those 4. Then of the other 4 areas, the second area is the esophagus, lungs, and heart. And you would use celery seed, breathe, yarrow palm, and cypress. Okay, I think I read the wrong one there. Okay, let me start over. The throat and thyroid and neck muscles are lemongrass, past tense, lemon, and melaleuca. Okay, those 4. Then the esophagus, lungs, and heart is celery seed, breathe, yarrow palm, and cypress. What's so interesting about essential oils is you can use them for one thing and they'll help with another. So I don't usually worry about that too much. Just get them on your spine. That's what is in the class. That's what we were told for the Symphony of Cells. Okay, then the third area in your thoracic spine is the gallbladder, liver, and blood circulation. And for that, we use grapefruit. Grapefruit comes from the rind, so it's okay to take. Then the zendracrin, then the Metapower essential oil, and then black pepper. Okay, and then the last of the 4 areas in T1 to T12 is the stomach, pancreas, and spleen. So you would need Zengest or Digestin, coriander, cinnamon bark, fennel, and cardamom. Then the adrenals, which is the lumbar spine, the lower, L1 through L5. So it's the adrenals, the ureters, urinary tract system, kidneys, small intestine is clove, basil, that will help your adrenals. Put it on your feet. Zendracrin, I drink a few drops, make my drink. Lemon you should drink every day. Juniper berry, which is also in the zendracrin, and peppermint. Okay, that is amazing. Then the sacrum, which is that bone that goes down over your hips in the back, represents the large intestine, the appendix, the inguinal region. I would say that is your sexual organs. So for that, you would use ginger, green mandarin, lemon, peppermint, and basil. Okay, I really like to put basil with a little carrier oil. I'll put it on my feet, and then I'll put my socks on, and then I'll take a little bit more and I'll inhale it about 10 times because I love that smell. The sweet basil that doTERRA uses is so body friendly. And then I take a little bit and just rub it across my lower back. Okay, then the last one is the coccyx, and that's like your tailbone, okay? And it represents the bladder, reproductive organs, prostate, sciatic nerves, okay? And for that, you would use lemon, juniper berry, thyme, clary sage, sandalwood, and copaiba. So I know that we've got a lot of oils here, and I know you can't remember all that. So that's why I encourage you to do a wellness consult with me. We can look into what you're dealing with. Everyone knows my baseline is using the anti-inflammatory and energy essential oils in the E-Omega and in the Lifelong Vitality, which is part of the Lifelong Vitality. The E-Omega is 9 anti-inflammatory essential oils that I take daily. I swear by it. It's my baseline. I use the Terrazyme. I've used all these products that I absolutely love. So please comment and let me know what you learn. And if I get enough comments, I'm going to be giving out some essential oils. That's how I work. But I'll do a drawing. But if I need to hear back from you. That's important to me. So I am going to close for today and appreciate you being on. Went a little bit longer today, but this is important to me. Health is important. And having that longevity that we need in life to enjoy life and to be healthy to do so is super important. So have a great day and thanks for being on. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.